Imagine you're in a heated debate. One approach involves aggressively attacking your opponent's character and dismissing their arguments without consideration. The other approach is to remain completely silent, avoiding confrontation but failing to express your own views or engage in meaningful dialogue. You're torn between the allure of victory at any cost and the comfort of passive avoidance. This social dilemma, this internal struggle, mirrors the challenge of living a good life. How do you find your way? How do you navigate these extremes that constantly vie for your attention? This is the fundamental question Aristotle grappled with over 2,000 years ago, and it's a question that remains profoundly relevant to each of us today. We often find ourselves pulled in opposite directions, unsure of the right path. In today's journey, we will explore the concept of the golden mean, Aristotle's guide to living excellently. We'll delve into how this ancient wisdom can offer a practical framework for navigating the complexities of modern life, helping you to find balance, purpose, and fulfillment. We will uncover the story of a modern-day individual, not unlike yourself, facing similar dilemmas, and how Aristotle's teachings can offer a transformative path. And the most powerful revelation of all will come at the end, and it may be the key to unlocking a new way of seeing your own existence. Our guide on this journey is Aristotle, one of the most influential philosophers in Western history. Born in ancient Greece, Aristotle wasn't just a philosopher, he was a scientist, a logician, and a teacher. Aristotle believed that the ultimate goal of human life is eudaimonia, a Greek word often translated as happiness or flourishing. But eudaimonia isn't simply about feeling good, it's about living a life of virtue, fulfilling your potential, and achieving a state of overall well-being. So, what is the golden mean? At its heart, it's the idea that virtue lies in finding a balance between two extremes, excess and deficiency. Imagine a spectrum. On one end, you have too much of something, on the other, too little. The golden mean is the sweet spot in the middle, the point of balance where you exhibit the right amount of a particular quality. Take courage, for example. On one end of the spectrum, you have rashness, too much courage, leading to reckless and impulsive actions. On the other end, you have cowardice, too little courage, resulting in fear and inaction. The golden mean of courage lies between these two extremes. A courageous person isn't fearless, they understand the situation, assess the risks, and act appropriately. They face danger when it's right to do so, and they know when to exercise caution. This principle applies to a wide range of virtues. Consider generosity. The excess is wastefulness, squandering your resources without thought. The deficiency is stinginess, hoarding everything and being unwilling to share. The golden mean is generosity, giving freely and appropriately, according to your means and the needs of others. Think about ambition. Too much ambition can lead to ruthless competition, a relentless pursuit of power at any cost. Too little ambition can result in apathy, a lack of drive and a failure to reach your potential. The golden mean is healthy ambition, striving for excellence, setting meaningful goals, and working hard to achieve them, while also maintaining your integrity and valuing your relationships. But here's the crucial point. The golden mean isn't a fixed point on a spectrum. It's not a mathematical average. It's relative to each individual and each situation. What's courageous for one person might be rash for another. What's generous in one circumstance might be wasteful in another. Finding the golden mean requires practical wisdom, or phronesis, as Aristotle called it. It involves the ability to judge what's appropriate in a particular situation, to discern the right course of action. It's not simply about following rules, it's about having the insight and understanding to apply those rules flexibly and intelligently. It's about developing a keen sense of perception, an awareness of the nuances of each situation, and the ability to make sound judgments based on that awareness. Let's consider a modern-day example. Imagine you're a young professional, driven and ambitious, working in a high-pressure corporate environment. You're determined to succeed, to climb the corporate ladder, and to achieve financial security. You work long hours, sacrifice your personal life, and constantly strive to outperform your colleagues. On the one hand, your ambition drives you to excel, you're achieving great things and being recognized for your hard work. But on the other hand, your relentless pursuit of success is taking a toll. You're neglecting your relationships, your health is suffering, and you're constantly stressed and anxious. Are you living a virtuous life? Are you finding the golden mean? In this scenario, your ambition, a potentially positive quality, has become an excess. Your drive to succeed has overshadowed other important aspects of your life. You've fallen into the trap of believing that success is the only thing that matters, that your worth is measured solely by your achievements. Now let's consider, you are a person very committed to your family, which is a precious thing. But to what extent does this commitment lead to a decline in your physical health, due to lack of sleep, exercises, and poor eating habits? The virtue of familial love and responsibility must be balanced with a respect for our own physical health and needs. Remember, you can only effectively care for others when you yourself are healthy and strong. While ambition is good, but what if too much of it led you to your own downfall of well-being? So consider every aspect of your life, which truly matters to you, and strive for a more balanced and fulfilling life. In everyday life, take calculated risks for opportunities but avoid recklessness or excessive caution that prevents growth. Practice mindful spending, balancing needs and desires with future investments, and avoiding overspending or frugality. Enjoy material possessions without excessive attachment or defining self-worth by them. Use technology to enhance productivity and connection, while avoiding addiction. Seeking continuous learning and intellectual growth, but avoiding becoming dogmatic or overly attached to specific ideas. Be truthful, yet be tactful and kind. The key to finding the golden mean, then, is self-awareness. You must understand your own tendencies, your own strengths and weaknesses. Are you more prone to excess or deficiency in certain areas of your life? Do you tend to be too impulsive or too cautious? Too generous or too stingy? By honestly assessing yourself, you can begin to identify the areas where you need to make adjustments. You can start to cultivate the virtues that will help you to live a more balanced and fulfilling life. This process of self-reflection is not always easy. It requires honesty, courage, and a willingness to confront your own shortcomings. But it's an essential step on the path to eudaimonia. The revelation here is that the golden mean is not a static formula, but a dynamic process. It's not about finding a perfect, unchanging balance point, but about continuously adjusting and adapting to the ever-changing circumstances of your life. It's a lifelong practice, a constant striving for equilibrium. Think of it as skillfully navigating a sailboat. You are constantly making subtle adjustments to the sails, responding to the ever-changing winds and currents to stay on your intended course. Living a virtuous life is a similar ongoing process. It requires continuous effort to find and maintain equilibrium in our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions. Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia also takes on a richer meaning in this context. It's not just about achieving a state of happiness, it's about the process of living virtuously. It's about engaging in activities that are intrinsically valuable, that contribute to your growth as a person, and that align with your deepest values. It's about living with purpose, meaning, and a sense of fulfillment. It's about striving to be the best version of yourself, not in comparison to others, but according to your own unique potential. Eudaimonia is not a destination, but a journey, a lifelong pursuit of excellence and virtue. So, how can you apply the golden mean to your own life? Start by identifying a specific area where you feel you might be out of balance. Perhaps you're spending too much time at work and neglecting your family and friends. Or maybe you're being too cautious and missing out on opportunities for growth, once you've identified an area, reflect on the extremes. What does excess look like in this situation? What does deficiency look like? Then, ask yourself, where am I on this spectrum? Am I leaning too far in one direction? What small steps can I take to move closer to the golden mean? Remember that finding the golden mean requires practical wisdom. This means developing your ability to make sound judgments, to discern what's appropriate in each situation. You can cultivate practical wisdom by observing others who you consider to be virtuous, by reflecting on your own experiences. It also involves being willing to learn from your mistakes. You won't always get it right. You'll sometimes overshoot the mark or fall short. But these experiences can provide valuable lessons, helping you to refine your judgment and make better decisions in the future. The most powerful revelation is that the golden mean is not a destination but a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. It's about making conscious choices, guided by wisdom and self-awareness, to navigate the complexities of life with balance and virtue. It's about striving for eudaimonia not as a reward, but as a way of being. The choice is yours. Will you embrace the challenge of the golden mean and embark on the path to a truly excellent life? Or will you remain caught between the extremes, forever seeking a balance that remains just out of reach? The path to a more fulfilling existence lies in the choices you make today and every day forward.